Stream Elements said. Baby Jody 7413 is now live. Streaming Just Chatting, Ayanna Jackson vs Faith Evans, who really lied about Tupac. Hashtag Tupac hashtag shorts. Wisebot said. Check marked live online under the category Just Chatting, the uptime begins. Jody said. Who lie Ayanna Jackson, Faith, or both on Tupac?
I started me in chat on
At Sanu_Varma_XD said. Tupac.
Said Tupac. What the fuck is that, bro? I'm trying to find this shit. Tripping. Big cannonball text message. Oh my god, I can't find it now. Window. Where the fuck is the camera? Oh my god, y'all got so many shit open. Goddamn investigation shit going on. Oh yeah, no, they got me blended in. I know you lying. What about Tupac? Oh, what the fuck? That's my check. My other chat box up. What's going on? How you doing, brother? Hold on, I'm trying to get my other chat box up. I got my other one. This hello. Nah, fuck it. I ain't about to try to find that shit. Get my sounds up, then we get started, y'all. We back with another one. I don't like being on this side. I want to be on the other side, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like being on this side. Pitch. Fuck, I can't grab this. Yeah, I'll put it right I want to put it in the middle though, but I'm gonna put it right here. Change this. Boom. We in that motherfucker. You hear me, twin? I want you to chat box. I don't even want to use that, bro. You know. So I can't find my other one. Do y'all see another check? I don't see this motherfucker. But anyway, we about to get started though, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? We in there, motherfucker.
Give me a hell yeah! What? What?
Matter of fact, I need to put that shit back up there. But tonight we doing Ayanna and Faith Evans. Who is the biggest liar of them two? Who y'all think? Both of them or just them two? I low-key want to make this big so y'all can see though, but in fact, I might need to move this shit. Don't put that bit right there. Yeah, we do it like this, twin. Yeah. Bingo. Make a little bit big. I bet we in that motherfucker. This I got another room. I'm in that motherfucker. Boom. You see me a little bit. Not too much, but you see me a little bit. But who y'all think is the biggest fucking liar out of them two, though? Let me know in the chat. I got my string up, man. Oh, bet we ready to get started. Back we got another one. Alright, first we gonna go over the quad, but set up when they set Tupac up with Ayanna Jackson. We can go over that first, cover her little story, then boom. Later on, we're gonna get into Faith, her interviews, see can we catch a line and there things of that nature. I'm going. This shit started. I'm gonna start that motherfucker.
Pac had never worked with Mo B before. He only knew him because of Biggie, and Biggie wanted that sound for himself because it helped him with the. He hated songs like to reach a wider audience. Told him that in order to be successful and popular, you need to make records for the ladies and not just for the men. Since according to Pac, women buy more records and men just want what the women want. Meaning if the ladies love you and your music, then the men, especially the boyfriends, will try to be.
He said, nah, we talking about Ayanna Jackson and Faith Evans. What they lie about? Who lied? Who the one lied the most between them two? Oh, both of them lied on Tupac. That's what about. Let me show my title. I don't want to confuse nobody. Okay, man, I did.
Like you, in order to be more like their girlfriend's celebrity crush. And they will of course buy your albums too. They'll consume your music as a couple. That was Pac's strategy back then. Biggie respected him and really appreciated all the help and support he offered. Pac was something like a mentor to him. He got tons of advice which helped to shape him as an artist. Tupac was generous with his rap experience. And whenever Biggie and other up-and-coming rappers gathered at recording studios, he gave them advice on how to make a name for themselves. Live series. The turning point was in November '93 when Tupac started hanging out with a man named Patient Jack. I covered their relationship in detail in my video, The Reason Why Tupac Got Shot 5 Times. Make sure to check it out. The two met on November 6th at the Scores nightclub in Manhattan, New York, where they watched Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield boxing.
I got a future. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow. Another stream. I'm gonna do Haitian Jack for y'all. Haitian Jack interviews and shit. What he said about Tupac and when Tupac dropped Machiavelli, he said he would did this and that to Tupac. If Tupac was alive and he dropped Machiavelli when he was alive. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. That's gonna be tomorrow's stream.
Pac came and hung out with him in the VIP room of Scores. Jack got him a bottle of Remy Martin and some Cuban cigars. Pac fell in love with his lifestyle and said, "Wow, man, this is the life." To which Jack responded, "This is the life I live, but I don't bring attention to myself. I do what I do with my friends and that's it." He told Pac that they don't like people who shoot cops, addressing the incident of Pac shooting 2 off-duty police officers a week prior on October 31st, 1993. The best thing for you...
I don't know what type of gangster they is. Like, y'all don't like people shooting cops? You don't like people shooting cops, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? Saying them things in the streets and shit to your own people and shit. Gotcha, bitch. That confused the fuck out of me. Hello.
To do is to stay in the studio. Stay focused, do your music, and come check me when you're free. Jack told him that he should reach out to him every time he's in New York, and Pac said he'll do that. The two became close friends after that. Jack introduced him to some of the toughest Jamaican and Haitian dudes in Brooklyn, including the record executive Jimmy Henchman, who will play a huge role later on. Pac learned a lot from them. Meeting them changed him as a person. The boxer Mike Tyson was telling Pac that he was out of his league hanging with Haitian Jack, but Pac wouldn't listen. At the time, Jack had one foot in the music industry and one foot in the streets, hanging with his right-hand man Ricky Lee.
Let's just be real. Now, Biggie, when he first came out now, if you want on that big papa trying to be smooth with Versace and all that now, he to go straight rap. Y'all think Biggie be big with the without the Juicy song and all that with the being Big Papa? I don't think so, in my opinion. Now, if he just went straight gangster, I don't know, bro. I can't see goddamn like Biggie on some real hardcore gangster shit.
Pac used to dress in baggies and sneakers. Haitian Jack and Ricky Lee took him shopping and quote-unquote made him more mature by introducing him to all the gangsters in Brooklyn. This is the style that Biggie later supposedly copied from Pac, but Pac got that style from Haitian Jack. Pac told Jack that he's glad that he met him, because it helped him with the movie character he was working on. The Above the Rim character Birdie was a New York gangster just like Haitian Jack. He wooed people through his flash and charisma. Pac got his swagger from Jack. The way he handles himself, how everybody's always around him. That people gravitate to a gangster. According to Haitian Jack, Pac was studying him to...
Dang, I wonder what the fuck that shit was. I had two of these bitches in the way. God damn it. I didn't even say that. I was looking at my phone, I was like, damn, that shit look confusing as fuck. I'm gonna move this out of the way. God damn. I can grab that motherfucker. Oh, fuck. I got two of them motherfuckers, God damn it, I don't even know which one of these is. Oh, I ain't mean to move that. Damn, I don't know which one it is even. Let me see which one that's I don't know. I can't find it. Fuck. I'm gonna put it up here. Fuck it. That much better.
Learn how a real gangster acts and behaves, so that Pac can improve his performance as a New York gangster in the movie. Jack even paid him a visit at the movie set of Above the Rim, where he gifted him a Rolex watch, and they went out and bought some jewelry together at the Diamond District on 47th Street at a place called Tito's Jewelry. Pac was mesmerized by his flash and jewelry, so he wanted to get himself some of the same. Jack then took Pac to a club called Nels, where he met a 19-year-old woman called Ayanna Jackson, who would later accuse him of assault. Jack said, "This girl wants to do more than just meet you." They danced and kissed together on the dance floor, and she supposedly pulled down his pants, touched his private parts, and got intimate with him in front of everybody.
She said she kissed on it. We gonna go through that interview. She said she kissed on it. Ain't never been no girl to get that put your pen there and just want to kiss on it now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, chick. Ain't never met no girl like that.
The two then left the club, and Haitian Jack drove them to the Parker Meridian Hotel where they had intercourse. It was a $750 a night, 38-floor hotel suite with 2 bedrooms. One for Pac and one for Haitian Jack.
How much was a night? Hold on now. You can walk past that now. How much was a night?
To dress in baggies and sneakers. To Haitian Jack, Pac was studying him to learn how a real gangster acts and behaves, so that Pac can improve his performance as a New York gangster in the movie. Jack even paid him a visit at the movie set of Above the Rim, where he gifted him a Rolex watch, and they went out and bought some jewelry together at the Diamond District on 47th Street at a place called Tito's Jewelry.
This nigga right here?
Pac was mesmerized by his flash and jewelry, so he wanted to get himself some of the same. Jack then took Pac to a club called Nels, where he met a 19-year-old woman called Ayanna Jackson, who would later accuse him of assault. Jack said, "This girl wants to do more than just meet you." They danced and kissed together on the dance floor, and she supposedly pulled down his pants, touched his private parts, and got intimate with him in front of everybody. The two then left the club, and Haitian Jack drove them to the Parker Meridian Hotel where they had intercourse. It was a $750 a night, 38
$750 a night? I know you fucking lying. Hell nah, bitch. Fuck that. Yeah, there. Motel 6. So I took her at the Hotel 6. Got some goddamn McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And me chicken with a small fry. You know what I'm saying? Small coat. You know what I'm saying? Called the goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker said $750 a night. I know you fucking lying.
floor hotel suite with 2 bedrooms, one for Pac and one for Haitian Jack. The next day, she gave Pac her number and the two continued to meet up a couple of times to have intercourse. November 18th was the day that changed everything. Pac had a show in New Jersey at Club 88, and they also went to the Above the Rim movie shoot. Afterwards, he went shopping with Jack, and on their way back to the hotel, he asked Pac, "Why don't you give her a call?" So Pac, Haitian Jack, a guy named Trevor, Pac's manager Charles Fuller, and Biggie were now waiting in the hotel room for Ayanna Jackson to arrive. As soon as she arrived, Biggie supposedly left, and the whole incident with the assault happened. If you want more info on this incident, check out the video I previously mentioned about the quad studio shooting. I will only mention a couple of points for context. Pac and Ayanna Jackson were in the bedroom alone when the other man entered and proceeded to assault her. Tupac then left the room after feeling weirded out by the group setting. He talked with his publicist in a different room, felt groggy, and then went to sleep, as he had a long day behind him. He awoke to Ayanna Jackson yelling at him for more or less allowing them to assault her. She then went downstairs and informed the security about what happened, saying that Pac assaulted her. Tupac, Jack, and Charles Fuller were arrested. Trevor somehow got away. The three were accused of committing that crime, but Haitian Jack and Charles Fuller got off lightly, while Pac became the main target, which of course infuriated him to the point that he publicly spoke on it. He asked interviewers how all those people got away even though they were the ones that committed the crime while he was asleep. What's also important for our story is that Biggie left his illegal guns at Tupac's hotel suite, and then left as soon as Ayanna Jackson came in.
I don't care what nobody say. Biggie know what the fuck was going on, twin. Like, I don't know. People don't like. People be missing that. Every time I argue with somebody like with Biggie and shit, and they be saying Pac wrong for arguing with Biggie and shit. They don't never mention this shit right here that he left the damn guns, his guns. Then he left when she came. Like, come on now. You know what's about to go down. You know they about to set that boy up. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Am I wrong or right, y'all? I'm wrong or right for that.
Which seems kinda odd at first, but he himself tried to stay away from Haitian Jack, cause Biggie knew that he was a serious street cat that basically poisoned everything he touched. But from the outside it seemed like
okay, I can understand trying to stay away from him, but why you leave guns in there? Why you didn't take it with you? I don't understand that shit, like, bro. I know these guns ain't in my name, you know what I'm saying? Boy, Tupac here. Know he got this shit in his name. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave take, you know what I'm saying? The gun. I don't know, bro. Shit
like
weird.
Biggie was always involved when Tupac got into trouble.
Every time.
And somehow managed to get away every time, as if he knew something was about to happen. The assault wasn't the only charge Pac faced. Biggie unintentionally made his upcoming fight for freedom more difficult, as Pac was charged with weapons possession that same night, even though those were Biggie, Jack, and Trevor's guns. 4 guns with their serial numbers scratched out were found in Tupac's hotel room. Pac obviously didn't want to snitch on Biggie. as it would not only ruin his career, but it was also against everything Pac stood for at the time. So he was forced to take that one to the chin and shut up about it. He spent much of '94 proclaiming his innocence. The fact that Biggie left exactly when Ayanna Jackson came in, that he was partly responsible for one of the charges Pac faced, and that he was also in the same building when Pac got...
That's what I want to find out right now. I ain't gonna lie. I want somebody to speak about it. We about to get on Ayanna interviewing him. Yeah. That's what I want to do right now. I ain't never heard nobody talk about this shit. Oh, that's another streamer. Oh, we about to get Gene today. Gene funny as fuck though. That shit funny. There ain't nobody said nothing about that, bro. I think we the first one to ever bring that up to light, like, check. Damn, that motherfucker at 50 years old, she still fine. Goddamn, Biggie. Ain't mad at you, play. You got a certain type. He like them light skin. You know what I'm saying? He like them yellow ones. He likes some honey mustard. You know what I'm saying?
Got shot a year later,
well, I can't say
gave Pac enough reason to think that Biggie might be hiding something, and that he's not completely innocent, because it was coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. And Pac later came to the conclusion that it was all done on purpose. All these weird coincidences would accumulate until Pac finally had enough. And those wouldn't be the only things he disliked about Biggie. Pac's grudge and frustrations with him grew over time. But the incident at the hotel was the beginning of it. Even if he was somehow able to shake off the abuse charges, the firearms in the hotel room were enough to get him locked up. They confiscated the guns and Pac was forced to fight for his freedom for the next year. In '94, he worked on a new version of his third studio album, which he later called Me Against the World.
Give me a hell yeah! What?
That one of my favorite album, man. Everybody be sleeping on Me Against the World. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be saying Machiavelli. You know what I'm saying? All eyes on me and shit. But Me Against the World, that's my shit though.
While also working on the group album Thug Life and starring in the movie Bullet. Biggie, on the other hand, was focused on his debut album Ready to Die. Both did their separate things. They weren't really part of the same clique anymore. Pac had little to no involvement in Biggie's upcoming album, and Biggie had no involvement in any of the albums Pac and Thug Life were working on, aside from 2 songs which I will touch on later. Pac asked him if he still wanted to be part of the Thug Life movement, now that they're actually putting out an album together. And Biggie, I don't want to say rejected the offer, but he made clear that he had his hands full with his own album and all the things Puffy wanted him to do. Puff was kinda trying to pull Biggie away from him, so that they can focus on their own brand and build up Bad Boy together to the point that they can outgrow everyone in the game, including Tupac. Puffy would become his new mentor and Pac was now less of a teacher to him, but more of a rival in the rap game. Friendly competition, someone who's not part of the Bad Boy movement. In March that year, both Tupac and Biggie once again performed together on stage at the New Regal Theater.
Alright, let's get into Ayanna, a line in. Said in 1993, Ayanna Jackson accused Tupac and his associates of, you know what I'm saying, R-word. Tupac was convicted of first-degree sexual assault and sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison. Tupac remained innocent until the day he died in 1996. This is the first time Ayanna is speaking about the incident on camera. Before we get in there, y'all think she lied? I mean, for all the people that was back there back in the day, y'all think she was lying? Y'all knew she was lying back in the day? Y'all let me know before we get started. I'm trying to find this other damn fucking. What the fuck is that? Chat box. What is the other chat box at? That shit about to me off.
Here we go. Ayanna Jackson. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming in. This is a story that's kind of been in the hip-hop community for a long time. You know, with the Tupac movie, your story was actually depicted in the movie. Did you actually see the movie?
Yes, I did.
I ain't seen the movie. Y'all seen the movie?
So we'll go ahead and get to that at the end. And I know that you have done a couple print interviews, and I think Vibe and The Source, but this is the first time you're actually talking on camera.
Correct.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning of the story. When you first met Tupac at the club, how old were you?
I was 18, 19.
Okay. So talk about that night at Nell's nightclub.
I went to Nell's, and I was at a party. It was kind of, I guess, my first time there at the club, and I met him.
And when you met him, what exactly happened?
I was in the club. I was having some champagne, and he walked up behind me. I had some jeans on that night.
Hold on now.
He plays.
We heard you walked up to him. Hold on now.
Stop the cap.
Everybody been saying you walked up to him first now. Come on now.
His hands into the back pockets of my jeans, and I turned around, and he said, I'm Tupac. I said, I'm Ayanna, and we progressed out of the VIP into the nightclub to dance.
Okay. Now, before that night, were you a fan of Tupac's music?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you like just a casual fan, like you knew a song or two, or were you really into him as an artist?
I was a casual fan. I was more, I grew up, I'm 44, so I grew up on like R&B and stuff like that. So I would say I was a casual fan. I never followed a rapper or anything at that time.
Okay. So you guys meet at the club, you start to talk, you go into the little VIP area and you start dancing, and then what happens after that? I mean, what happens in the little VIP area?
Well, actually, when we were dancing, we weren't in VIP. We were kind of in the, I guess you would say, the dance floor of the club at the time. So we were dancing, and they were playing his song, and he was smoking, and we were like dancing. We were dancing and we were kissing.
Okay. Now, I understand the kissing started to kind of get a little more serious.
Mm-hmm.
You did admit? Why you kissing the man? You did admit the man. Said she lying.
Stop the cap.
Gotcha, bitch.
We got her.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
So what exactly happened on the dance floor of that club?
Yo, what happened?
You were pointing to?
On the dance floor that night, we were kissing. At one point, a friend of his gave him, I guess you would say, like a blunt at the time, or a joint or whatever, and gave him that. And as we were dancing and kissing, we were kissing, and he lowered my head. I did not give fellatio that night on the dance floor, which everybody wants to know.
Yeah, they say you gave fellatio.
Didn't happen.
Okay, but you did say in one of your interviews that
Hey, what fellatio mean? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna act like I don't know this shit. What that shit mean? They like, it sound like some damn coffee. That's some coffee.
Kind of move your head down, and
Yes, he
before
did.
you know it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So you did kind of unknowingly give it to him, I guess?
Yeah, well, not unknowingly. Maybe kissed it and came back up. It wasn't like a full-blown fellatio session on the dance floor, no.
Okay.
Stop the cap.
And now, Chet, I know what I'm saying, all my years of being a male, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never met no girl that just go down there and kiss it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, you gotta shut them motherfuckers, you know what I'm talking about? Shit, I ain't never made that before. Ain't never had that before. Blow it out, bro. Toppy. It's coffee. I thought it was coffee. You know what I'm saying? Why they say fellatio then? What they gotta do with coffee? She said she went down there and kissed that thing. I hear now, girl. You were down there, you know what I'm saying?
But when you realized that was happening on the dance floor in a public place, what
So you got
went
two
through your
lives,
mind?
I'm going to pick my head back up.
Okay. Were you upset about that, or were you cool with it?
It was all in good fun. I was not upset about it. No, not at all.
Okay. And originally, Tupac was introduced to you by who at the club?
He was introduced to me by a friend of mine that I came to the club with.
Okay. Now, was this Nigel and Trevor or somebody else?
No, it's someone else.
Okay. So how was Nigel and Trevor involved that night?
I never knew Nigel and Trevor.
Okay. You never knew them at all?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you guys are messing around on the dance floor. Mm-hmm. You guys kiss. The whole little going down thing happens and it stops. So what happens next? Well, what does Pac tell you after that?
After that, he says to me,
they just go ahead and catch what, you know what I'm saying? All my fellas, I know we got my ladies in here, but all my fellas, you know what type of girl that gonna kiss you on the first, just meeting. You already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what type she is. You know what I'm saying? On the first day. Then gave me the top. Crazy, yeah. You know you came in there for. You know what type of girl you is, twin. Trying to be all proper and shit. She about to pick me up.
What's up, I'm just trying to remember, because this is like 24 years ago. I'm trying to remember. He says to me, do you want to leave? Let's hang out. And I'm like, okay. And then we wind up leaving Nels.
Somebody said Cal.
Okay. And then you guys go back to the hotel.
Yes.
Then what happens?
Then we talk and we kiss and, we have sex.
Okay. You guys have sex. Mm-hmm. Once, multiple times.
Yeah, I know everybody been saying that.
We had sex maybe 2 or 3 times that night. Yes.
After you guys finish having sex,
I don't even know how to say it. Brie Moore. I hope I say your name. Appreciate subscribe to the channel.
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah.
next, do you stay in the hotel or do you leave?
Yeah, I stay. Actually, he was in New York City filming Above the Rim at the time. So after, he said, you want to stay. He actually told me, he says, I have a 5 o'clock call for the following morning for the movie. And I said, well, actually, I have to be to work. So he says, well, spend a night and then I'll call down and they'll give us a call. They'll send you back and, yeah. So I spent the night that night.
Okay. And then you left the next morning?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know your mouth been.
After you and Pac part ways, I understand that you called him and left some voicemails.
Well, actually,
Can we get the voicemail?
When I left that morning, he called downstairs, the Meridian, to the clerk or whatever. He called downstairs, called me a car. He says, leave your number. So I left my number. I left, went home, went to work or whatever. And I called. Yes, I did. I called him. I did.
Okay. And were you leaving kind of sexy messages for him when you called?
No, I know. I called. I did call. No, well, I called once
Say
and I
easy
said,
money.
yeah, I had a great time,
Try
and
that
that was it. Yeah.
Podcast.
Okay.
Oh, I'm saying, bro.
So then, after that night,
Mm-hmm.
how much time passes before you guys decide to meet up again?
Well, his road manager at the time, his name was Charles Fuller. He called me. He's like, "Oh, well, you want to come? You know, Pop wants to see you. You want to come hang out?" And I'm like, "Okay."
She said, I forgot her. She said one of her friend, but she won't name the friend. Said introduce them to Tupac. We know Haitian Jack don't introduce your ass to Tupac. Don't lie like that, twin. I know it. I feel it.
Okay,
Alright.
so I would go to the city. Charles Fuller would send a car to where I was living at the time, and I would leave work, get the car, go to the city, and just kind of hang out.
Okay, so you hung out with Pac multiple times before
Yeah.
that last time?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay, I didn't know that. So from the first night that you guys met at Nell's,
Mm-hmm.
how many more times did you guys hang out?
Oh my God. So we met Nell Sunday. I want to say 2 or 3 times before the actual incident. Yeah.
Okay, and when you would go hang out with him, what would happen?
Oh, I would go.
Booty
We
call.
would have dinner. It would be Charles Fuller would call, send a car. I would come there into the city, and we would just hang out and have a good time.
Okay, and you guys were having sex pretty much every time you met up?
No, we weren't.
You weren't?
No.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No.
Black like hell, now you lied, twin. Even Blaz say you lying. Yeah, nah, we know what type. You know what I'm saying? We know what type of girl you is. We know what type of time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, some of the times you met up?
Some of the times,
She don't even know her damn self.
maybe no.
Okay. The night of the incident. Mm-hmm. Break down what...
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up. It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
exactly happens before you show up at the hotel.
Okay, so
Said
the
she's
night,
big as
just
liar?
like any other night, I received a call from Charles Fuller.
Y'all think she was paid
He
off?
called me, he's like, Pops wants to see you. I said, okay, fine. There will be a car, whatever time. Took the car, went back to the Meridian, got there. Once I walked in, everybody was there, Charles, Jack, everyone was there in the living room. They were drinking. They were actually watching a TV that was, they had they had a suite. There were 2 bedrooms, and in the middle there was a living room. So they were in the living room just watching TV. I came in, and they were like, "What do you want to drink?" I was like, "Oh, they were drinking like Absolute." We drank. They
Absolute.
poured me a
Oh,
drink.
Lord.
Pop comes in, and he's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Hey," and we sit down on the couch in the living room, which was there. And I just
When?
remember
I know you
sitting
lying.
there. We were talking, and I was like, "Well, how was your day?" And we were talking about that. And
Nah, I look some shit up quick. When? That's a. Y'all said she was on stage with Key Sweat. Try to get Key. Well, damn, I don't know. Forgot to spell your goddamn name. She's on stage with him. Is it this one? Damn, we can't find it. I'll find it. If it's on YouTube, let me know. That's what I'm saying.
remember
I agree with
verbatim he had a scar across his face. And of course, now that I know it was cosmetic from above the rim. And I was like,
Old
wow,
video.
it looks so real. And I remember touching it. He was like, yeah, they did a great job. I was like, yeah. And he's like, yo, I'm tired. Come on, let's go. And I remember getting up and walking into another bedroom that was adjacent because the living room was between two bedrooms. And I went into the bedroom with him.
Okay, so at the hotel at this point, it's you, Tupac, Charles Fuller, the road manager.
No.
Yeah, like she's drunk,
When
low
we,
key.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just trying to, all the people that are there in the room. So it's you, Tupac, Charles Fuller, right? Haitian Jack, and then Trevor and Nigel.
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4,
I agree with
5 people total. Okay, so you guys go into Tupac's bedroom, and then what happens?
So we go into the bedroom, and he's like, I'm tired, I'm stressed. I'm like, okay. So we go in there, and he says he wants he's like, yo, can you give me a massage? And I'm like, okay.
Hold on, my bad.
So
my boy said he found this shit. Hold on. What's the name? I'm trying to find this shit. Oh, the wrong one. I'm trying to find this shit. We gotta do that one too. Let me know the name of it so I can find it.
he lays down. At first, at one point, he's laying down face down on the bed.
Okay, face down.
And I'm massaging his back.
Okay.
And then he turns over, and then I'm straddling him, and I'm massaging, like he's facing me.
Okay,
and
facing
I'm, you know, just like massaging his shoulders and so forth.
Okay.
Okay.
What happens next?
So after that, after I'm massaging him, he grabs the back of my head, he pulls me down,
Pull you
and
down.
we start kissing. All of a sudden, because we were adjacent to the room, the living room where everyone was in, so it was very dark. It was very quiet. So all of a sudden, when the door opens, of course, there's light, there's noise coming from the living room, you know, pouring into where we are. So as we're kissing, I go to turn around to look back around, and he grabs my head. And when he grabs my head to turn it back around, I hear people coming into the bedroom. I didn't think anything of it because I've been with I didn't think anything of it. And I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming to get something out of the room. No idea. And as I'm turning around, he grabs the back of my hair. At the time, I had braids. I had braids in my hair at the time. So at the time, he grabs the back of my head and he wraps his hand around my braids. And he turns me toward him, and he pulls my head down. And I hear people coming in. And at the time, I had a black dress on. I had a black, I guess, spandex back then. I had a black spandex dress on. And I'm hearing this noise, and I'm hearing these people come in the room. And he's like, "Relax, baby." And I'm like, "What?"
I'm about to say fake tears.
And he's like, "Relax." And as I go to turn around and look back, because he has his hand in my braids, I can't physically move around. So I'm looking at him while I'm straddling him, and I'm looking at him face to face. And I'm like, and I hear people talking, and I hear people saying, "Oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that." And I'm looking at him dead in his eye. And I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, I'm like, "What's going on?"
Watch it. Watch her face.
He's saying to me, he's like, "Relax, relax, baby." These are my boys. I like you so much, I decided to share you with them. And when he said this to me, I
Stop the cap.
Now all my years being you know what I'm saying, a male, you know what I'm saying, I ain't never heard nobody say no shit. I like you so much, I'ma share you. That don't even sound like Tupac to me. In my opinion, don't even sound like some shit Tupac could say, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody say you fucking liar. Somebody say cap. Do that sound like Tupac? Judging by her body language and the breaking eyes, contact her studying over words, she's capping. Yeah, you gotta watch. She in character mode right now. We gotta watch it. We gotta watch it. Watch her. We're gonna watch the body move.
I was trying to lift my head up. And as I was trying to lift my head up, he still had my hair and he was holding it. And then I was like, no. And he was like, no. And I was like, no, I don't want this. I came here for you. I don't want this. This is not what I want. And
Take a moment. It's fine. Okay, so at this...
What the fuck? She like, I hope you believe me though. I hope you believe that shit. Look how she did. Like she just switched up right though.
point, other men have entered the
Oh
room.
damn, we went back too far.
Jack,
Oh damn.
Who are these other men?
what I want, this is not what I want.
That's how she switched up, y'all.
And
Oh damn, we went back to
Take a moment.
She ain't take no
no,
more.
I don't want this. I came here for you. I don't want this. This is not what I want. And
Take a moment. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Okay, so at this point,
I hope
other
you believe
men
me.
have entered the room.
That's what I say. Yeah,
And
okay.
who are these other men at this point?
See fake tears.
at this point, I would say it was Jack,
Jack,
was Fuller,
Fuller.
Was Nigel and
Who
Trevor
else?
in the room or no?
well,
Stop the cap.
They should have threw the damn case away. You know what I'm saying? She unreliable. Like I said last time, she unreliable. You know what I'm saying? Unreliable witness. You know what I'm saying? She don't know what went on. Did she say she drunk something? She said they had absolute. Did she say she drank something? How you don't know, girl?
I keep going back and forth with the Nigel. I think Nigel was actually Jack. Is what they called Jack.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. You're saying that's the same person. Nigel and Jack are the same person.
Yes.
Haitian Jack. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because when I was going through my notes, that part was kind of confusing because I know Haitian Jack was there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the person that you knew was Nigel. Okay. Okay, so they come in. Pac is there, and he's, the situation is unfolding. What does Pac do at that point?
At the time, I'm on top of him. I'm straddling him. At the point where I feel.
What?
And
She made me throw my damn headphones.
And pardon me.
Hold on, go back. She just stuttered when she said that
At
shit.
the point where I feel. And
Hold on, I'm wrong about.
Haitian Jack. Okay, yeah, because when I was going through my notes, that part was kind of confusing because I know Haitian Jack was there.
yeah.
Okay, so that was the person that you knew was Nigel. Okay.
How you can get trouble for this shit? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so they come in. Pac is there, and he's, the situation is unfolding. What does Pac do at that point?
What he do?
At the time, I'm on top of him. I'm straddling him. At the point where I feel, and pardon me, because at one point I'm there, and at one point I'm really not. You know what I mean? Like as far as at one point I'm there, omnipresent in my body, and another point I'm kind of looking down at myself because I can't believe this is happening to me. So at one point,
the S5?
my physical body is straddling him. He's there. I hear the voices. They come in. I hear my dress is being ripped. I hear this, but I'm actually physically still on top of him. He's still there in the bed. I'm still straddling him, and I'm still there. He's still holding me. He still has his hand wrapped around my braids. So I'm still there. He's still there. And they start to, and the thing I remember is I had black stockings, which we would call pantyhose back then. I had them on, and I remember them being ripped off. I remember my dress being ripped off. I remember all this happening, but I'm still.
I ain't gonna lie, chat. Don't say I'm weird for saying that shit. For looking at this shit. I'm probably weird for doing that shit. I don't know. I ain't know that. She said, "What black stock?" She had it. I was like 90s. I'm trying to go all the evidence again. She the girl. Oh, never mind. Let me get the fuck out of this. Never mind.
Oh, on top of Tupac. And he's still there. So I'm still there looking at his face while all this is actually happening.
At what point does Tupac leave?
The point where they're pulling off my clothes, my pantyhose. They're talking about me. I actually straddled and had sex with Tupac that night while I was on top of him.
What?
Then he got up and he left. And then
at the same time?
Then there was
remember she said he got up. She got up.
Jack, got up. And then and then it followed after that.
Okay, so you had sex with Tupac with all the other guys in the room?
Yes, first? I was on top of him. Yes.
Okay, and the other guys were what? Just touching you while you guys were having sex?
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then Tupac walked out of the room.
Right.
And then you had sex with.
No. I didn't have sex with them.
Okay.
And that particular night, I didn't have sex with him. I want to make that very.
Then you just say you did. Oh, hold on now. You just said you did, twin. Hold on, we gotta go all the way back.
And had sex with Tupac that night while I was on top of him. Then he got up and he left. And then then there was Jack, and then and then it followed after that.
Stop the cap.
Now you just said you didn't. Now you just she confused the fuck out of me. Then you said after Tupac, then it was Jack, then it was them, so on. Then you just told a lie. Then fast forward.
I was raped by him that night because it wasn't consensual.
I went too far.
At the time, I'm fully like I can't move because my. I was raped that night.
I'm sorry. So I guess I'm just confused. So you're straddling Tupac. The other guys come in.
Yes.
At what point does Tupac leave and leave you alone with those guys?
That's what I'm saying.
After I was trialing him, they came in, they ripped off my clothes because when I was on Tupac, I was fully dressed. I had pantyhose, I had a dress on, I had everything. I was fully dressed, okay? When they came into the room, they started ripping my clothes apart. Meanwhile, at the time, I'm fully, like, I can't move because my hair, everything is, I'm looking at him this whole time while this is going on, okay? So you know what? I'm not gonna say that I had sex with him. I was raped by him that night because it wasn't consensual at that point when everyone was in the room and they were tearing off my clothes and I was straddling him that night. Okay. At one point, I did not know that he left because after that point, after that happened, it was kind of like when
the whole time you just said. You just said a few minutes ago that he left. You watched him get up and leave. Then you talking about you don't know he left.
Jack, Haitian Jack, and everyone was there. I was kind of like,
put your head down, baby.
I don't know.
Got some elder shit going on.
I don't know. I kind of was at an out-of-body experience at that point because I couldn't believe this was happening. So I don't even know at one point he left because I didn't even hear him leave. I knew that I was on top of him. I knew that I was straddling him. I knew they came into the room. I knew they tear off my clothes.
I'm talking about. She's talking about. She said then I just thought about this shit. She said they ripped the pantyhose and all shit, but you said y'all was having sex with Tupac at the same time. Like, she your pantyhose and shit be all, you know what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Like, you already have sex. Why they gotta rip your shit off? You already have it. I don't know, bro. It be right here. She confused the fuck out of me. Left all the way. Pac only part. She didn't know what Tupac was. Till he told her that stress meaning she lost her spot in her story.
Knew that he had me, in a position where that I could not move. I knew that I was on top of him. I knew that I was looking him in the eye. I knew all this was going on. But when I finally came to, it was only me and Charles Fuller in the room. Everyone had left. But I knew that Haitian Jack had sex with me.
I thought she got paid, though. I knew that
there was someone else that I don't even know who he was.
Was that Trevor, possibly?
It could have been Trevor. It could have been.
Okay. So did you actually have intercourse with Fuller and Haitian Jack, or was it just fellatio, or what?
No, it was, you can't say have sex, because this is rape. This was something that was not a consensual thing. So I was raped by Tupac. I was raped by Haitian Jack. I was raped by the tall, dark-skinned gentleman, I guess, if we would say he was Fuller. He was Trevor. And Charles Fuller never raped me because Charles Fuller was like, I'm not going to touch you. Because at that point, he was like, Ayanna, I'm not going to touch you. I'm so sorry this happened. So actually, to be on the record, Charles Fuller never raped me that night.
Tupac laid out the series of events himself in an interview, and there are differences, but there's also similarities between what you were saying. Like, he didn't say that none of this happened; it's all made up. So he laid out a situation where he basically said, she starts massaging my front. This lasted for about half an hour. In between, we would stop and kiss each other. I'm thinking she's about to give me another blowjob, but before she came in, some guys came in, and I froze up and she froze up.
What interview is it?
if she said anything, I would have said, hold on, let me finish, but I can't say anything because she's not saying nothing. How do I look saying, hold on? That would be like, I'm making her my girl. So they came in, they started touching her ass. They're going, ooh, she got a nice ass. Nigel isn't touching her, but I could hear his voice saying, put her panties down, put her pantyhose down. I just got up and walked out of the room. That was Tupac's assessment of the situation. Now there are differences, but there are also similarities. He's basically saying you guys were together, you guys were kissing, making out, and then a bunch of guys came in, and he essentially didn't do anything to stop it. So based on his story, is there anything that you feel is incorrect?
He says Pop side. Y'all believe Pop said?
That I feel is correct. Incorrect. I feel there's a lot of things that are incorrect. I feel that I would have never been there if it wasn't for him. You know what I mean? It was I was never, and I want to clear this, I was never in cahoots or involved with Haitian Jack or any other. I feel like there's a whole conspiracy theory that it was this thing was like a whole setup, or I never knew Haitian Jack. I never knew anyone else affiliated with this. When the night that I went to Nels, I met him just like I met everyone else. You know what I mean?
Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that right now? Let me know right now. Y'all believe that? Or she lying? She lying.
I was 18-year-old, 19-year-old. Well, I think, yeah, it's 18, 19-year-old young lady. You know what I mean? I didn't know any of this. And I felt like I was a little starstruck. You know what I mean?
You was in above the rim, too. So, like, you didn't meet Haitian Jack and them? Haitian Jack and them was at the like shooting site. Yeah. And
I felt like I was, I had a connection with him no matter what it was, whether it was, a casual thing, which is okay. You know what I mean?
Yes, believe it.
And it was there, but I felt like to be lured into the situation and to this, it's changed me.
At the point that this whole situation finished, you said you were just in the room with Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's pictures with her?
What happened?
My bad. I do research. Y'all said there's pictures of her? Oh, you say it's we know Supreme is. I found who he was doing 50 shit. Supreme. He said Supreme and Jack. This motherfucker bro, Supreme Court. Bitch, I know you fucking lying. Damn, that shit older here. You can't see that shit. What? Let me know the picture where you found that picture at, brother.
Next, when you start to really, I guess, because you said you were somewhat out of it, when you start to kind of, get back into it, what do you do after you realize what just happened?
I was hysterical. I know Fuller, it was like, calm down, calm down. He's like, Ayanna, calm down, just relax, calm down. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, don't touch me. At that point, I'm pretty much in a compromised state where I'm nude, my clothes are ripped off. I'm feeling very much vulnerable, I'm like, and he's like, listen, go to the bathroom, get yourself together. And that room had a bathroom that was off to the side. I went to the bathroom. And I kept telling him, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. And he's like, you can't leave. You can't leave until you calm down. We'll talk to Pac, we'll relax and we'll mull everything over. And I was just like, I just want to go home. And I remember being in the bathroom and I was like, I just want to be alone. And he would not Charles Fuller would not leave me alone in the
Like, you
bathroom.
went by yourself.
And
You
I was
didn't
just
bring
like, I was
homegirls
screaming at him, and I was like,
nothing?
just get out, get out, get out. And he would not get out, and he was just like, listen. He was like, you know what happened to Mike Tyson? You know what's going on?
Pac did what?
Pac doesn't
what he
need
do?
that. I'm his manager. I need you to sit down. I need you to relax. I need you to be still.
1998.
Okay? We're going to make this right. And I
check it
said,
out.
I don't give a fuck about anything. I want to go home and I want you to let me out. I was in there. I can't even, I don't even know the time, but I was in there for a while. And finally, he was like, okay, I'm going to let you go. I walked out of the bathroom. I went to the bedroom. I picked up my dress. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I don't even remember if I had my shoes or one shoe, whatever. And I left out of the door of, let me think. It was so long ago. No. I picked up my shoes. No, I put on my dress. I picked up a shoe or one shoe, I believe, at that night. And and then he said, Fuller came. He says, Pac wants to talk to you.
We got one that
and as I was putting my dress on in the bedroom, that everything happened, and I said, he wants to talk to me. He says, yeah, he wants to talk to you. And I remember going into the suite, the living room that was in between, and he was laying. It was a couch. He was laying across the couch. He was laying there with his head back and his eyes closed. And he looked up at me, and I looked.
I gotta look this up. He says Key Sweat. She was in Key Sweat. I don't know how to see. Hold on, what is it? Key Sweat. Like, what part of the video in the beginning or in there? Right around. This all right here? Fuck, Megan Stag come from? Oh, it gotta be this one. They gonna get me for that shit too. We gotta see that Ayanna. See how she looked back in the day. Y'all don't look like Ayanna.
At him.
I can't tell. That look like her? She got. Hold on now, twin. I don't know. I don't think that's somebody else though. Yeah, I think that's somebody else. Cause she got like brown eyes. And the old girl kind of look more lighter.
And then I said, how could you let this happen to me?
Female, right?
And I was screaming, but I didn't say it in that demeanor, of course, at that time. I was
they get them every time.
And he looked at me, and he looked me dead in the eye. He says, get this bitch out of here.
You said Cotton?
And Fuller took me. We went back to the...
I'm gonna wind all that back. Hold on. We gotta see how she looked like back in the 90s. Cause she might look totally different. Cause I think she about like 40 something, 50, maybe 50 in this video. I don't know how old this video is. Oh, this shit 8 years. She might have been like 40. So I want to know if that was her. That shit is on my damn mind now. I thought she had short hair in above the rim. They got a picture of her in the 90s. They got the same picture. They ain't got no damn picture. Damn, we cannot find her. Who the fucking grandma is this? Oh, that's a man. What the fuck is that? I don't know, Chet. I don't know. And the picture's so old, I can't tell. It's her. That's the only thing she told the truth about.
Second, the room where it happened, and I went into the hallway of the Meridian.
Damn.
I walked down the hallway, and then when you come to the elevators, they had like a panel of mirrors.
After I finish this.
And I was just like thinking to myself, I just want to go home. This is like a horrible night. And as the elevator came down, the elevators opened, and there were some gentlemen on the elevators, and they looked at me. At that point, my dress was ripped. I probably was looking crazy, and they looked at me, and they were like, "Are you okay, miss?" And I said, "I'm okay." And they said, "Are you sure?" And at that point, I started crying, and they looked at me. They looked at what I was wearing, and they said, "Did you come from?" And I'm sorry, I can't remember. So long ago, I can't remember the room number. And they sat and they took me to another floor on the hotel, I guess, which was like a security floor. I don't know. And I sat down and I spoke with them.
Okay. So you were speaking to security at that point? Hotel security?
Yeah, that was security at the time, yes.
Okay. After you spoke to hotel security, did you go back to Tupac's room?
No.
So that was that?
That was that.
When you came and talked to Tupac, I understand that his publicist, a female publicist, was in the room at that point?
I never saw her.
You never saw a female publicist?
Never saw her.
Okay. Because she ended up testifying in court, but we'll go ahead and get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But so there was no females in the room at all?
No, I never saw her.
I didn't know he had one.
As you were leaving, did you say, "This is not the last time you're going to hear from me"?
No.
That was never said?
Never said.
So you left the room, you meet with security.
Mm-hmm.
At that point in your mind, are you like, "I'm going to go to the police and press charges"?
No, at that point, I just want to go home. At that point, I just want to go home. I can't believe this happened. I want to go home.
Okay, but then what happens next?
Okay, so after I go into this floor that I never even knew existed, they start asking me questions about the room that I came from and what happened and my clothes, and I tell them. At that point, the New York City, NYPD is called. They come in. I'm sitting there in a hotel because my clothes are, my dress is shredded. They give me like a Meridian, robe to put on. So I'm sitting there and they says, "Well, Miss Jackson, you're going to have to come down and you're going to have to identify them." And I said, "Okay." So I go down to the lobby. All of this now, I'm still like in a haze. Like I can't even.
I'm surprised. At any point, I'm just thinking about this shit. I'm surprised she got away with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Then they would blame Tupac because he got them broadcasts and shit while they were talking about Snoop Dogg snitching, but she was snitching. You know what I'm saying? She did a snitching. Hey, she did. We got questions for you. Y'all didn't want to get her. She was snitching on y'all and stuff. Y'all ain't. You know what I'm saying? But get mad because Tupac goddamn trying to prove he's innocent though. You know what I'm saying? These niggas tell you, bro.
Like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't know what's going on. We go down to the lobby. I know
it too. I was in there too.
I see Tupac coming off the elevator.
Get to your charge.
I see at the time Nigel, which I think is, Jack, coming off the elevator, and they have me behind. They don't see me. I don't see them physically, but they have me in an area where I can see them, but they can't actually see me.
Big ass ring
and they're
on.
like, is this the person? Is it the person that raped you or whatever? I'm like, yes. So they arrest them. At that point, I'm taking from the Parker Meridian to St. Luke's for a rape kit.
Okay, and what does the rape kit end up finding out?
You know what? I don't even know. I went to St. Luke's. I did the rape kit.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
We at this point we should have called Law and Order Special Unit. You know what I'm saying? Ice-T and them. What the hell y'all did? You know what I'm saying? That's who we needed on the case. Lord, we been had this shit solved. My honor, she lied.
We went through all that. I had an officer, female officer, 2 male officers, after leaving St. Luke's, transport me to a precinct. I wasn't allowed to go home. I wasn't allowed to contact my family or anything. I spent the night at the precinct that night. I was in the back of a precinct sleeping on a sofa that night, and they kept me there to go to the special victims unit the next morning.
You didn't go to the right one.
I wanted to go home, but I wasn't allowed to shower. I was still in the Meridian robe, sleeping that night on the sofa on the couch in the precinct. And the next morning, I was in Melissa Morge's office. I was transported to our office.
And that's the district attorney?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
At the time this is happening, it's all a blur. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's very emotional. But you did an interview later on, I believe it was Source Magazine, where you felt that you realized that the district attorney and the NYPD had it out for Tupac and were, I guess, using you to get at him?
They were.
No, let's be correct. I don't think... Okay, it's putting me in a very precarious situation. Oh my God. It's putting me in a situation because I am a black woman, and it's putting me in a situation.
They love using it because I'm a black woman. You know what I'm saying? They love using it. Megan Stallion. I am gonna get on Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lane's case, future stream. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. We gonna see if Megan was lying or she was telling the truth. We gonna see that in the future. You know what I'm saying? I might do it this weekend.
Situation where as I'm older now, I understand the dynamics of things. Okay. I was a victim of rape, no matter who or what it was. Okay. Just so happens that, he is an icon now, and I take nothing away from that. And I will never bash him, because we actually made peace after that. The thing about it is that I felt that perhaps if this may have happened with Tyrone down the block, it may not have been given the same attention as it would have been given because of who or what it was. I don't want it. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into those schematics of
what's the song?
Whether they were out to get them or not, because I'm not. I don't want to say that. I am. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it seem like it lessens what happened to me. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to say I don't know with the same velocity if it would have been chased after if it was someone on a street corner. You know what I mean? But it doesn't take away from, and I want to be very careful with those words because I don't want to make it seem as if
Tyrone.
it was a conspiracy and we were all after them. No, you know what I mean? No, rape is rape, and I'm glad that he was prosecuted because it was rape. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't want to make it seem as if you get what I'm saying.
No, I understand, but I guess just the point that I want to make, and I think you did kind of touch on that a little bit in your interview with the Source, is that right before this situation happened, Tupac had shot 2 cops in Atlanta and ended up getting off for that. And when you talk about,
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and give him a W for that.
Another one.
You know what I'm saying? My boy. I don't know who, they say Tupac ain't gangster, but he was gangster that goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Shit, who you know black gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Hello? Not no damn Biggie.
the brotherhood, in police departments and so forth, you can't, as someone living in America, you do know that when, police feel a certain type of way when they see that type of thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, granted he was a celebrity and they wanted to prosecute him, but do you think at all NYPD felt a certain level of, okay, well, you got away with that, but we're going to get you for this? Almost like what happened with O.J. Simpson. He got away with murder, but then we caught him on this lesser charge, so we're going to give him 35 years for this, even though, it may not particularly deserve 35 years. And that's why you said, if this was a regular guy, they may not have gone so heavily on this particular case. So do you think that the shooting may have played a role in it?
Twitching and shit?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't know.
So Pac gets arrested, Haitian Jack gets arrested, Charles Fuller gets arrested, Trevor gets arrested. Everyone gets arrested and charged for sexual assault and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
How long between that night and the actual court date?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember that. I can't remember.
Was it a month, a year? Like, roughly how long?
It may have been. I remember I was moved from my home. I was in a secluded place, so I want to say maybe 8 months to a year. Yeah.
Okay, so you were moved from your home?
Yes, I didn't live in my home. No.
Was that because you were getting threats, or?
I was getting threats, but also they felt like it would be better with the press and everything just to kind of isolate me. Yeah.
Who you getting threatened by?
So then the court date comes up.
Who you getting threatened by? By people? Or by Haitian Jack and them? Because we know Haitian Jack and them, they do threats. They threat Tupac mama, stretching them mama too. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Tupac is charged with sexual abuse, sodomy, and illegal possession of a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess when they went into the hotel room, they found some guns in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Charles Fuller were basically co-defendants,
with them boys?
right? They were on the same case.
Mm-hmm.
Haitian Jack separated his case, right?
I guess so. I don't
might
know.
be deeper than we think, y'all.
Okay, and we could talk about that in a second. After we get through this part. What about the other guy who assaulted you?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I don't understand.
Trevor. What happened to him?
They said he was never apprehended.
Yeah, facts. She was isolated.
Oh.
That's what they told me. He was never apprehended. So.
Okay, so basically the people that were apprehended was Tupac, Fuller, and Haitian Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why you did? So did you tell them that Haitian Jack did you?
So the trial, the trial starts to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac, I've heard different stories. I heard one that he was facing 25 years, one that he was facing 7 years. Do you have any idea what he was facing?
You know what? I didn't know what he was facing. I was pretty much with the DA, with telling my story, they kept me very much isolated, so that information
Yeah, she already knew, huh?
I wasn't really privy
yo.
to.
I just caught
really
it when you
didn't
said
know.
it. Yo.
Okay.
I know, right? She keeps
So
that
I
motherfucker
was
itching
told
right now, twin.
that at one point Tupac was offered probation, but he turned it down.
Oh.
Do you know about that?
No, I don't know about that. No.
So the court starts. I guess the defense, you know, because Tupac only had one person take the stand on his behalf, right? And that was his publicist. And the defense was that, you know, you were jealous that Tupac had supposedly had another woman waiting, and this was you lashing out of jealousy. How did you? I mean, and that was their defense. How did you feel about that defense?
Oh, look at her face.
Well, I never. This is news to me because I never heard their defense as a.
Stop the cap.
When you in the courtroom? I don't know. Look at her face when he said this shit. I don't know. We gotta go bed.
How did you? I mean, and that was their defense. How did you feel about that defense?
Well, I never. This is news to me because I.
And the defense was that, you know, you were jealous that Tupac had supposedly had another woman waiting, and this was you lashing out of jealousy.
Look, she smiling like a motherfucker. Look.
How did you? And that was their defense. How did you feel about that defense?
Well, I never. This is news to me because I never heard their defense as a
Jimmy, how you doing?
A victim of rape. I was bored in. I stated my testimony and I was whisked out, so I was never privy to all of this. So actually, what you're telling me is new to me. And as being someone that had just met him, and I wouldn't know that. This is new to me.
Okay, so you didn't actually sit in on the whole trial?
No, of course not. No. I was brought in to make my testimony, and I was whisked out. I wasn't there.
Okay, when you came in and did your testimony, did you and Tupac, did you look at each other and, you know, was there any sort of visual communication at all?
Never looked at him.
Okay. So...
He about to straight me the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie.
You testified. Pac testified.
Yeah.
And then the jury started to deliberate, right?
Mm-hmm.
One day after the deliberation started, the Quad Studio situation happened and Tupac gets shot up. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Tupac actually comes into the courtroom with bandages on his head, and you know he's got bullet wounds and everything else like that. Were you actually in the courtroom when he came in like that?
Yes, he came in for his sentencing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think when you saw Tupac look like that, all shot up?
What did I think?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, right, Bob? That's crazy.
That's... I don't know what to say that I thought.
Okay. So, before the sentencing happened, and I'm not exactly sure what the timeline is, so you could probably.
Man, you should good head, twin. Goddamn, barbecue. Oh, well, I was about to say though, this shit deeper, bro, than what we think though. This is cute and shit, cause like the whole thing is set up. Like she said, police probably used her. You know what I'm saying? Then the guns got set up, so I'm thinking. Then Haitian Jack got a separate case. You know what I'm saying? The police don't be on talk to that motherfucker. He don't probably talk to Biggie too. I think Biggie was in on too. He just left the guns there and just left. That shit deep, boy. They were trying to get Tupac back for they got them shooting cops, bro.
Correct me on this.
Mm-hmm.
Did Tupac do a statement before the sentencing happened, or did he do it afterwards?
No, he didn't do it before. He did
He
it
got me
after.
smoking.
By the way,
back-to-back
so he
cigarettes.
was
I
he
ain't
was
gonna lie.
charged with sexual assault, sodomy, and possession of a firearm. And by sodomy, we don't mean anal sex. We mean fellatio, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, when the jury came back,
I don't even know how to pronounce that shit. Misogyny?
he was cleared of the sodomy and the firearm, but he was convicted
he-
on 3
Give
counts
me
of
that
sexual
misogyny.
abuse.
Learn something new every day.
How did you feel when you heard the verdict?
How did I feel when I heard the verdict? I felt. Now you have to remember, I am 19 at the time, so I'm not really knowing I'm not.
My question on that thing, Rich. All y'all, all my black people here, y'all know we with, we got them things on us shit. We ain't gonna leave that shit just anywhere, twin. They just left it at the hotel. Then y'all at a fancy hotel, $750 a night. No, man, that don't make sense to me, bro. Y'all know y'all at the, you know what I'm saying, big boy hotel, y'all just gonna leave y'all guns in there. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't make, that's not some setup shit, bro. I think Biggie, Haitian Jet, they all had, police don't been got them told, we need y'all to do this. We trying to get Tupac, I need y'all to do this. Call old girl up, tell her goddamn, call Tupac up, we gonna set all this up. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't a lawyer. I wasn't. I didn't have knowledge of the law and what statutes carry this or what laws carry that. I just at the point I just felt that I was violated and I wanted him to be answered for that. Yes.
But you didn't want all of them.
So did you feel that the guilty verdict, did that satisfy your feeling of him answering for what he did?
I don't think that it could ever satisfy. I don't think whether it's a guilty verdict by a court or anything, I don't think it ever can satisfy something that has been taken away from me that I'm 44 now, that I could never
88?
ever recover from. Never.
When did
You know what I
like
mean?
90?
So there is no justice in that. Not at all.
Damn, she had to be like 14,
Okay,
14,
so
13?
Tupac, he wasn't actually convicted of rape. He was convicted
saying. I ain't
for
even no lamb, no
forcibly touching the buttocks. Right? It was sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. And then Charles Fuller was, I guess, convicted of the same thing. Mm-hmm. Tupac got 1.5 years to 4.5 years. Mm-hmm. Charles Fuller got 4 months in jail and 5 years probation. Mm-hmm. Did you feel, I mean, because you said that Charles Fuller didn't actually do anything, but he was there. Did you feel that Charles Fuller, it was fair, the conviction that he got as well?
You know what? I never knew what Charles Fuller, what he was sentenced to, because I wasn't privy to that information.
Okay, yeah, so he got 4 months in jail and 5 years probation.
52?
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Before the actual sentencing, Tupac
Black don't crack.
spoke, I guess, directly to you in the courtroom, right?
I like you say you went
Do you remember what he said?
A little bit of it, not all of it.
Okay, can you?
Hold on, did she say she wasn't there? She said she gave her testimony and left.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
You just told Vlad, y'all didn't even look at each other. You didn't even look at him. No, now you all of a sudden you in the courtroom.
Talk about what you do remember.
I do remember that that he apologized to me. He said he was sorry. I do remember him saying that he was sorry. That he should have. I'm kind of reaching here. I remember him saying that he was sorry. That he should have acted in a different way, or he should have handled it a different way.
Now, from what I read, it said that Tupac
already.
was crying
sick
when
of
he was speaking to you in the courtroom. Is that true?
Yeah, he was.
Lloyd's ain't
Okay,
shit.
so he had actual
Like,
tears
God
coming
damn.
down his eyes. Now he apologized to you, but he also said, "I'm not apologizing for a crime." And I hope in time you'll come forth and tell the truth. I'm innocent.
Now she taking this shit to her grave. She taking this shit
How
to
did
her
it
grave.
feel to get an apology, but not really an apology?
That's kind of a catch-22. The apology was that he knew what he was doing, and he knew that he lured me there. Okay? Now, I not to say so much, but maybe the fear, maybe other people, the influence around him, that he felt that maybe perhaps he could not
Tupac, bro. She ain't saying nothing about Haitian Jackson, nothing, bro.
on that behalf. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. So before the final sentencing, Tupac spoke to the judge as well. Were you in the room when that happened?
Yes.
Okay, so what Tupac said.
See, make mad. See, that's why, because of you, we ain't get no more dear mamas. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up and shit, because of your motherfucking ass. Even though I love all Tupac songs, but we ain't get no more of them songs because of your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Because of her ass.
Was he said, "You know, Your Honor, throughout this entire court case, you haven't looked me or my attorney in the eye once. It's obvious you're not here in the search for justice, so therefore there's no point in me asking for a lighter sentence. I don't care what you do because you're not respecting us. This is not a court of law. As far as I'm concerned, no justice is being served here, and you still can't look at me in the eye. So I say, do what you want to do. Give me whatever time you want, because I'm not in your hands. I'm in God's hands."
Only God can judge me.
When you heard that speech from Tupac, what did you feel?
I didn't feel anything.
Okay.
Yeah, she mad now. Leah.
So then the judge spoke about the
one more
sentence. He said, "This was an act of brutal violence against a helpless woman. Mr. Shakur had been the instigator of an arrogant abuse of the victim, which culminated an escalating display of arrogance as he pursued his career." What did you think when you heard the judge say that?
I thought that Judge Fitzgerald was right on point.
I'm done with her ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm done with her ass. She about to pee me the fuck out. I'm about to cuss her ass out. She crazy as hell. She crazy, bro. She crazy. I can tell she crazy as hell. Yeah, she don't lie about goddamn 9-10 times any damn the whole thing, y'all. They get on Faith Evans, man. We gonna get on Faith, cause she don't know what the hell she wanna do. We gonna dive in the history of Faith and Tupac and Biggie did. We got them go to interview with Faith.
In Chicago, Biggie had his clique Junior.
I remember what is that? Oh, this ain't it. Oh, there you go.
Drop like a sack of potatoes when he needs help. Death Row and the Maparu, well, this is obviously a shot at Street. That same night on a that same night. So it once again seems like he's indirectly involving Biggie when mentioning the whole Quad Studio incident, saying that he's hard to kill, ready to die, spitting at adversaries that are envious and after him. And then he also makes another Biggie reference by naming another one of his songs, playing around with the name of the last track on Ready to Die,
I think she might be
which is Suicidal Thoughts.
I don't know. Shit, damn, that motherfucker was straight, goddamn.
In the next verse, he says that he'll get his revenge on the people that played him, and all the cowards who were involved, meaning Jimmy Henchman, and also everyone who knew about the shooting. meaning Puffy and supposedly Biggie. On October 16th, Biggie's album Ready to Die went double platinum, reaching the milestone of 2 million records sold before Tupac. So Big went platinum and double platinum before Tupac, even though Pac best. That same night, on October 13th, Tupac met the wife of the notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, in LA. That's when the whole Biggie and Pac beef escalated. At this point in time, Big and Faith were separated, after catching him cheating with Lil' Kim. Prior to that, Kim was actually on the radio bragging about how Big and Faith are separated and that she can now have him for herself. And this was before the two actually broke up. Kim's comments on the radio made
Faith Evans or Lil' Kim? Who y'all gonna pick? You know what I mean? Faith Evans or Lil' Kim? I don't know. Lil' Kim probably put it down in the bedroom. You never know. You never know.
Faith suspicious. She then found out that the two had been
I'm gonna go with Faith on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
sleeping together every time he went out to record music late at night. Also during the Junior Mafia tour, basically during
what's the girl from the Parkers? What's that girl? Not Nikki Parker. What's her daughter name? That who Lil' Kim remind me of. Meet the Parkers.
Entirety of their marriage. And Lil' Kim would always pretend to be something like a sister to her. Biggie also had a rapper named Charlie Baltimore as his mistress. He had multiple women on the side and had become the player he claimed to be in his lyrics. Faith then confronted him at the Millennium Hotel in Times Square, asking, "What is up with you and Kim?" Big was honest and said, "Yeah, we get down like that." He didn't deny it. "All this time? You've been effing this girl all this time?" "Yeah," Biggie said. Faith appreciated his honesty and they slept together that same night. But she didn't feel the connection anymore now that she knew about his cheating. She did it for closure and wanted to separate from him. Decided to live alone for a while. She said that she didn't care who Biggie wanted to sleep with from that point on. Faith then refused to go on tour with Biggie and instead lived in the 2-bedroom apartment of the R&B group 112, which consists of 4 male members. Without Biggie being around to pay the bills, Faith was struggling with money. One day she called him at their house, but it was his mistress, Charlie Baltimore, who picked up for him. And that's when she knew that he's cheating again. She called him on different dates and it was always Charlie who picked up for him. Always at Big's house while he and Faith lived separately. Faith supposedly beat up all the women Biggie was cheating with, even Lil' Kim. But at this point in time, she was done caring. She then met an NBA player in New Orleans, whose name she changed to hide his identity. She just called him Roger Short, a tall, dark-skinned man from New Orleans, playing for a team in the Midwest. She was attracted to him and started an affair of her own. So now she was cheating back on Biggie, purposefully sleeping with men she's attracted to get back at him. The same day she met Roger, she wrote him the address to her hotel room. And that's when they started hooking up. She would have a couple one-night stands and affairs here and there, just to spite Biggie. This will become important later on when she meets Tupac. She was feeling more and more disconnected from her husband and her bad boy label mates.
Now who the fuck you looking at, Biggie? You looking at the cameraman? Or you... Boy, money, boy, when you get some money, you know what I'm saying? You get who you want. God damn. She like, I don't even know why I'm with this motherfucker right now.
Started making her own business moves while the Bad Boy Camp was touring. They were mad at her for not touring with them. Faith kept a distance from her husband and wanted to advance in her career on her own, while hooking up with men like Roger Short during her trips around the US. She had friends with benefits in multiple cities. In October, she then came to LA to record some music. She was staying at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel and once again got in touch with Roger Short. Then she met a producer she called Terry Dollars on the same trip. His real name is most likely Teddy Riley. She had sex with him a few times as well. Shortly after that, on October 13th, a day after Pac got released from prison, Faith went to the Hollywood Athletic Club in LA, where she met Treach from Naughty by Nature. There are two conflicting recounts of what happened next. According to Faith, Tretch told her that Tupac wants to meet her, but according to Tretch, it was the other way around. Faith was the one who wanted to meet Tupac, but according to Faith, she knew nothing about him and had no interest in him. In some of her interviews, she even claimed that she didn't even know who Tupac was, or that he was signed to death row.
Stop the cap.
I know you fucking lying. How the fuck you with Biggie? You ain't know who Tupac was.
But in her book, Keep the Faith, a memoir released in 2009, she admitted to knowing him. Even added that Biggie told him about their beef and his accusations of him having something to do with the Quad Studio shooting. According to Faye, Biggie was convinced that Pac knew better than to think that he had something to do with it, basically implying that he was creating drama and lying on purpose. So Faith knew exactly what was going on between the two, and still decided to meet her husband's accuser, someone who considered her husband his enemy. Went to talk to him before Big and Pac could talk it out. He's not even been outside for a week and she's already meeting him, before Big even got a chance to reach out to him, because he was on tour. They could have talked it out before Faith got involved, and Big didn't know what Tupac was going to do next. He wanted to see him and talk it out, but there was an awkward silence between them. And now his vengeful wife is going to his potential enemy, someone who's also vengeful and has built up a lot of hate and resentment for Biggie. A lot of people believe that she knew exactly.
Once I found out you sleep with the athletes, you know what I'm saying, all type of dudes, you not wife material, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. Some men forgive women, but I don't fuck that. Hell nah. Fuck that. I couldn't even be with you. I'll be looking at you, look nasty. Be sleeping right beside you, like you just nasty. You just nasty motherfucker. Whole time nigga been tearing your wife up the whole time. That crazy.
Exactly what she was doing. That she purposefully looked for Pac to sleep with him. Sleep with someone Biggie considered a brother, just like how she considered Lil' Kim her sister, before getting stabbed in the back. She was already sleeping with other men the nights before, and was going to a new club every night to meet men. She wanted to hurt Biggie the same way he hurt her. And now, according to Tretch, she's asking for Tupac. Soon as they greeted each other, a photographer came and took pictures. And you can clearly see that she's not wearing her wedding ring. She's showing off her ringless hands, while Tupac is looking provocative. Faith told everybody, including Tupac, that she and Big are separated and about to get divorced. So she might have purposefully holding up her ringless hand to seek attention from Biggie. Like, look, I can go and hook up with your enemy if you don't treat me right. This is what you get for betraying me. Maybe she was indeed trying to hurt Biggie the same way he hurt her. Cause there is no other explanation on why she's holding up her hand like that. But later on she was playing innocent, telling Biggie that she never cheated on him. But she later admitted to it after he passed. And yes, she took off her wedding ring every time she went to the club. Tupac complimented her, saying that he likes her music and wants her on his album, adding that only she can do that one song he has in mind, which is Wonder Why They Call You B. Faith was struggling with money at the time. Without her husband or label supporting her, she wanted to make her own deals and work with artists on the West Coast. And she obviously knew that working with Pac would make her husband mad, or at least make him worry. Seeking attention while playing with fire. You don't just collaborate with people who accused your husband of being somewhat responsible for a shooting. Faith told Pac that he would have to get clearance from Bad Boy Records to put that song on the album, and that she wants $25,000 up front. That's not a problem, Pac said. In her memoir, she said that she didn't actually go ahead and work with him immediately, but instead went home to think about it and to ask her manager Mark Pitts and Biggie on the phone, quote-unquote, a day or two later, if it was fine for her to do a song with him. And they supposedly told her that it was no problem, that she can go ahead. I met Tupac out here. He wants me to do a song with him, Faith said. Oh, word? Big responded. You're gonna do it? If the money comes through, yeah, I'll do it. According to Faith, Big played it cool, as if he wasn't worried or jealous, which might have not been the type of response Faith was anticipating. But Big knew better than to sound jealous and worried, as that would make him look weak and insecure in Faith's eyes. Then again, we don't know if this conversation actually took place, as Big was shocked when he saw Pac and Faith together. So she could have lied about it to make herself look better. Cause as we will find out, she told quite a few lies to save her image and reputation. So doing a song with someone you supposedly know nothing about requires you to ask your husband for permission, but stepping out of the marriage doesn't? She wasn't even on speaking terms with him anymore. I mean, she was collaborating with multiple artists without having to ask anyone for permission. But Tupac somehow is the exception. It's not unlikely that she knew what she was doing was wrong, or else she wouldn't have asked for permission, assuming that she did indeed make those phone calls. But yeah, a lot had changed between them. Just a couple weeks prior, they were trying to come off as hip-hop's dream couple. They were on the cover of the October 95 issue of the Vibe magazine. And now she's hanging out with Tupac. The photographer who was there that day was supposedly ordered and paid by the people from Death Row to take those pictures with Faith and Pac together. She said nothing else happened after that night at the Hollywood Athletic Club. She just went home and that was that. In her first recount, she said that Pac couldn't get the clearance from Bad Boy Records, and that it never went any further than them taking pictures at the club. She then supposedly went and recorded the reference track for a girl group that's not part of Death Row. And Death Row supposedly tried to get their hands on those vocals, so that they can put it on Tupac's album. She initially denied that they were ever in a studio together, saying that she was only in the studio with the girl group she was working with, not with Tupac. That's what she said in her first account, during an interview with Video Music Box on July 27th, 1996.
Situation with me and Tupac, there really never was a situation. I mean, we met, he was really nice. He asked me to work on his album. He told me he could get it approved or whatever, get clearance from the label. And then I found out that he probably couldn't. I was out there working with another group. I won't name them. They have nothing to do with Death Row. Okay. And I was writing for them.
Why you close? You know she married. Why the fuck you got your hand around her like that, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I met him. I did a reference vocal for another group I won't name.
Okay.
And it ended up that they were going to try to use the vocal on Tupac's album. So I guess it was for him or whatever. I really don't know.
This can be easily disproven, as there are audio recordings of them together in the studio on October 19th, while they were working on the song Wonder Why They Call You B. There were also about a dozen eyewitnesses who have seen those two together in the studio.
High five, cause another nigga paid your ass. That's my big part right there. I love you say that shit.
Whatever we want. You gonna say that?
They say you was sleazy. He just the fuck out her on this song. High five, cause another nigga played your ass.
This shit mad fast.
Hey, but you're doing it. You're doing it though, girl. Exactly, you are.
This right here is from an interview with Chuck Phillips, which took place on October 19th. And you can clearly hear Faith recording her vocals and talking to Tupac, while Pac is outside the booth having an interview with Chuck Phillips. So Faith has been lying for all these years. She still hasn't changed to this day. She's been in 3 marriages and cheated every single time, even recently on her ex-husband Stevie J.
She must got some good. I ain't gonna lie.
She brought multiple men home and slept with them in Stevie J's bed. And when confronted, she had no remorse, zero accountability, and a cocky attitude. Stevie J at least was able to catch her red-handed. So she wasn't able to lie her way out like she did with Pac and Biggie.
Damn, we lied. We lied. It's cool, we lied. I hate you. Please leave me alone. Please, I hate you. All I did was love you. And you do that to me? How can you do that to me? Stop! How can you Stop! No, I ain't going out of here. Here you go with your dumb shit. No, grow the fuck up. This is what I don't want to be bothered with. Get the fuck out.
And this was her at almost 50. Now imagine how wild she was when she was younger.
I used to fuck mad niggas when I was little. That's why dick don't really do shit for me now. Like, your dick don't really do shit.
Oh yeah, we gotta go see that.
She was out in clubs every night to meet men. Didn't even matter if it's the enemy of her husband. She went back to the Peninsula Hotel with Tupac the same day they met, meaning on October 13th, after leaving the Hollywood Athletic Club. Cause when Pac went out to smoke, he saw Faith leave the building.
Probably so.
He then yelled across the parking lot, "Y'all leaving?"
You girl, you know what I'm saying? My experience, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. You just girl that got that, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker crazy here. Ain't gonna just go ahead and go. Motherfucker crazy here. Everyone on me. I don't know about y'all. They use crazy here. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them.
And Faith responded, "No." Pac then said, "Cause we about to go back to my hotel room. What y'all gonna do?" And Faith said, "We gonna follow you." That night, Faith went to Tupac's room at the Peninsula Hotel. 3 days later, they even went to the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack release party together on October 16th. There was no mention of this meeting in Faith's first recount when she was asked in interviews months later. But in her memoir, which she released in 2009, she spoke about a whole new set of events that supposedly transpired after the night at the soundtrack release.
Like genre, how you say it, genre? Like tapping into other music and shit. Yeah, X probably killed him because X was all into rock and roll, all type of pop, goddamn rap, all type of shit. I don't see Tupac like. I think Tupac would be straight rap. I don't know. We'll never know. You know what I'm saying? He never, you know what I'm saying? Outside of rap.
Party, which she either tried to hide or forgot to mention in her first account in '96, or made up and added on top of a mountain of lies in an attempt to trickle-truth people who have noticed the holes in her story. Cause at first she denied ever being in a studio or hotel room with him. But then later in her memoir, she said that they indeed met up and spent time together. That they didn't just part ways and never see each other again after taking those pictures at the Hollywood Athletic Club. Cause that's what she claimed while Pac was alive. According to the singer Danny Boy, Faith Evans would go on shopping sprees all around LA and return with trunks full of gifts and clothes for Tupac. Like for example an expensive gold Versace silk shirt, which she would later wear to taunt Biggie. Like on
we see it right here.
November 5th in Las Vegas, for example.
Ain't no girl gonna buy you no clothes, you know what I'm saying? You ain't tear it up, you know what I'm saying? Girls don't be out there just doing it, you know what I'm saying?
He bragged about it in the Daily News, which of course infuriated Biggie. Why would you buy trunks full of gifts for someone you consider a stranger? Someone you supposedly don't even care about? Here's what happened on October 16th according to her memoir. They were on their way to the soundtrack release party when Tupac called her asking where she's at. Notice how Pac somehow has her phone number and can call her up casually like a friend, as if they're close, and not complete strangers like Faith made it out to be.
I see her. She right there. She was back in the back. I seen her. Oh shit, damn, I just killed. No. Damn, bullshit. My bad, y'all. Damn, now I gotta find it again. Fucking doing too much.
Told you I did a song with him. And then what happened? Big asked. Nothing. According to him, she brought multiple. She went back to the. After taking those pictures at the Hollywood Athletic Club. Cause that's what she claimed while Pac was alive. According to the singer Danny Boy, Faith Evans would go on shopping sprees all around LA and return with trunks full of gifts and clothes for Tupac. Like for example an expensive gold Versace silk shirt, which she would later wear to taunt Biggie. Like on November 5th in Las Vegas, for example. He bragged about it in the Daily News, which of course infuriated Biggie. Why would you buy trunks full of gifts for someone you consider a stranger? Someone you supposedly don't even care about?
Who worse at this time?
Here's what happened on October 16th, according to her memoir.
Faith.
They were on their way to the soundtrack release party when Tupac called her asking where she's at. Notice how Pac somehow has her phone number and can call her up casually like a friend, as if they're close, and not complete strangers.
There she go right there. She in the back right there. I see her. I see her twin. E.T. They still got E.T. to the day. I ain't seen that in a long time.
Like Faith made it out to be. Pac saw Faith's car and jumped in the back seat. They both got out the car when they arrived at the red carpet and hung out together the entire day. Park sat at the same table as her the whole night. They then went to an after party together at the Peninsula Hotel, the exact hotel Tupac was staying at. Park jumped into Faith's limo and they drove to the hotel together. At the Peninsula Hotel, Park and Big Syke hung out together with the rapper Drew Down, who brought 2 Italian sisters with him. He was seeing both at the same time and tried to convince one of them to sleep with Park, but she refused and the sisters left. Park came out the shower with a towel on, asking for the girl, who had already left. He then put on a sweatsuit and said, "Watch this though. Watch this though." Faith was knocking at the door of Park's hotel room, and Park knew that it was her. After opening the door, Drew Down saw her.
It's called Tupac versus Tupac versus Notorious B.I.G. Beef documentary. Y'all make sure y'all check out Hip Hop Universe. This is where I get most of my shit from. Yeah, he do all the hip hop beats from the 90s and stuff. Eminem, 50 Cent, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Mobb Deep, and more. Hip Hop Universe, for y'all want to know what the full documentary at. It's like the full beef between Tupac and Biggie.
A quote-unquote disguised in a hoodie, and according to him, it seemed like she's trying to sneak into Tupac's hotel room without anyone noticing. But Drew got the feeling that she had been to his hotel room before, cause how else would she be able to find it on her own? Park was supposedly bragging about his relationship with her, even on October 16th, 3 days before Faith laid down her vocals for Wonder Why They Call You B. After greeting Park, Faith then saw Drew and Syke, drinking and smoking. She probably realized that her and Park won't be able to spend some time together, at least in private, and do whatever the two planned to do. So she left immediately. Drew Down was confused, wondering what the hell just happened. It's more than likely that Faith wanted to do more than just say hello and then leave. She didn't want to drop any hints that there's something going on between her and Park. Nobody could know about this. So she just greeted him and left. Park knew that she was coming and kept bragging about it to Drew Down. He then invited him to come record with him the next day, which was October 17th. So on the next day, Park picked him up and they drove together to K&M Studios, where they recorded the song All About You, with Drew Down in the intro. Park also recorded his verses for Wonder Why They Call You B. He wanted to put Faith on it and turn it into a diss, but she wasn't actually there in the studio on October 17th. Park planned to get her on the song in the next couple of days, on October 19th to be exact, 2 days later. For that, Park picked her up at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in his convertible, and they drove to the K&M Studios together. She saw Shook, Corrupt, and people from the label there. Knowing that Puffy and Shook were in the middle of a beef. I mean, she was right there when Shook made fun of Puffy at the Source Awards, and when Park publicly made those accusations against Biggie in magazines. But she still decided to record the song with Park. This is what she said in the second version of her story. In the first version, they never even were in the studio together. Yeah. Now all of a sudden she admits that they indeed...
They was at that damn Source Awards shit. You know, Suge Knight came on there and said free Pop. You know what I'm saying? They be lying. But ain't nothing when you make a girl mad. You know what I'm saying? Shit, scorn woman. Shit. She gonna get back at you. She gonna get one up on you.
Went to hotels and studios together. With Park being on Demon Time, he also played her the first beat for the Biggie diss track Hit 'Em Up, saying, "Look, I've been working on new music for my new album." With everyone from Death Row in that room smirking. They all knew what Park was going to use the beat for. Faith and Puffy's baby mama, Misa Hilton, who was also there that day, were the only ones who had no idea what that song was about. They were just bobbing their heads to the beat and enjoying it. Park hadn't laid down a verse yet, but he was planning to brag about sleeping with her, which he tried to do that same day. So he basically played Biggie's Wife the beat on which he was planning to kill her husband lyrically. Planning to brag about sleeping with her while she's there in the studio vibing to the beat, not knowing what's about to happen. Having a great time enjoying the music, just to find out that she was vibing to the melody of the song that would turn Biggie's world upside down and give him the shock of his life. I mean, how was Faith supposed to explain it to her husband? What was she supposed to say? Honey, I was in the studio with the guy who accused you of setting him up. I was in a hotel with him and he's now bragging that he slept with me. Oh, and I was also vibing to the beat he tried to end your career with. It was a terrible look. Just imagine Faith's reaction hearing Pac brag about sleeping with her on the same beat she was bobbing her head to while using it to humiliate Biggie. And at the time the song came out, she had a baby on the way. Those were probably the darkest times in Faith's life. Following the teachings of Machiavelli, Tupac wanted to win by all means necessary, using methods that are cruel and immoral, but effective. A leg lock, something that would ensure Tupac's victory, making it nearly impossible for Biggie to come back, humiliating and dethroning the King of New York. A lot of people saw Faith sit on Tupac's lap while they were spending time in the studio. The singer Natasha Walker said that she saw Faith's legs between Tupac's legs. Actor and singer Ray J has seen it too. We walked in one day and Faith was—
Nigga Ray J everywhere. Oh man, fuck, bro. Kim Kardashian, goddamn, Tupac and Faith. That boy need to be steady, boy. That boy everywhere, boy. Ray J.
Sitting on Tupac's lap while Pac was writing a verse. It was like, what the F is going on? That was one of the craziest sights, dog. Faith was in Pac's lap. I was like, what the F? I'm not... Is that... It can't. I'm not hating on nobody. I got love for Faith.
Let's see, I want to see what Ray J said. I forgot what he said. Oh shit, my keyboard started working. No. Nope, go back. Keyboard ain't working right now.
That was unbelievable. During the time of the East Coast West Coast beef, others said that they looked like a couple. The song Wonder Why They Call You B was a subliminal diss towards Biggie's wife Faith Evans, but she didn't fully understand it.
And that's why they called you bitch, I betcha.
In the song, Pac was pointing out the hypocrisy and the delusion of promiscuous women, and Faith didn't understand the irony of her sitting on Pac's lap and cheating on Biggie while at the same time making a song bashing promiscuous women. And Pac wanted to point that out to everyone. The same woman that jumped on a song bashing promiscuous women is promiscuous herself, cheating on her husband while pretending to be a loyal wife. Cause that night after the studio session, according to multiple people that were close to Pac, the two slept together in Tupac's hotel room at the Peninsula Hotel. According to Faith, however, she only went to Pac's hotel room to get her check of $25,000, which Pac promised on October 13th, when they first met at the Hollywood Athletic Club. According to her, October 19th was the one and only time she went to his hotel room. But we have eyewitnesses like Drew Down and Big Syke who saw her there on October 16th, meaning 2 days prior, when she quote-unquote came there to say hello. Faith tried to make it seem like those two incidences were one incident, saying that the one time she came there, she almost got assaulted by Pac. After Pac's two friends, which were Drew Down and Big Syke,
no, I think what name? Jackson or Young Jackson was worse. We go ahead and put that in there. Nah, Faith was out there though. Far like lying wise, I don't know. No, I think assault, accusing somebody of assault is like worse than what she did. It's which one worse, the assault case, or she messing around with Tupac? Which one worse?
left the hotel room. That's what she said in her memoir. But that's not what happened, cause she was the one that left. Drew Down and Big Syke stayed in the hotel room. Drew Down even confronted Faith years later for lying about that incident. The time Pac and Faith went to the hotel room together was on October 19th. Drew Down and Big Syke weren't even there for that. That's the day, according to Pac, where they slept together. Faith, however, told the story differently, saying that on October 19th, after recording the song Wonder Why They Call You B, she only went to his hotel room to get her check. And Park supposedly said, my manager is bringing it to my hotel right now. I can bring it to you later on this evening, or we can swing by there right now and pick it up. In her memoir, she then said that she wanted to go to Tupac's room at the Peninsula Hotel to get that check. But when they got there, no manager was in sight. But there were 2 guys in Tupac's hotel room waiting and smoking blunts. She then said that the 4 of them waited in Tupac's hotel room for a whole hour, but the manager wouldn't come. At one point, Park's friends left and she was all alone in the room with him. As soon as the 2 guys left, Park supposedly confronted her. You know I love New York, but I'm not effing with New York right now. Faith got scared and was shocked by Park's sudden switch of mood and attitude. Really? Why is that? Faith asked. 'Cause they set me up. You know that, right? Park was supposedly staring at her like she was the one who set him up. You don't really believe that bullish. I'm telling you, they set me up. Look, Park, I just need to get my check and then I have to go, Faith said. The situation with the money is like this. If I give it to you, then you my B-word. Your what? You heard me. You gotta be my B-word. Faith got up and moved further away from where Park was standing. I'm not anybody's B-word, Faith said. You Biggie's B-word, Park said. I'm his wife. I thought y'all broke up. We still married. Whatever. Look, you hired me to do a song. I did. I want my money and that's it. Oh, word? It's like that? You just want your money. You told me it wouldn't be a problem. The only reason why I came up here is because you said... Park then supposedly interrupted her and said, so you're not trying to suck my D? What? Faith screamed. What are you talking about? You know you want to suck my D, B-word, don't effing lie. Faith started to cry and tried to leave, while Park continued yelling and insulting her. He supposedly said something about Biggie and the East Coast, to which Faith responded, but I thought y'all were friends. You know you want to be my B-word. Faith then left and drove to her friend with a limo.
Y'all believe that?
She was crying the whole time. Afterwards, she drove back to the Peninsula Hotel to meet with Park again. At the lobby of the hotel, she called Park saying that she's waiting downstairs and waiting for a check. To which Park responded, oh word? I'll be down there in a minute. After 20 minutes, he still didn't come. So she called again and he responded, oh word? The next couple of times she called Park, he didn't pick up. He never came down to give her the money. That's when Faith knew that she had to get out of LA. In Faith's first account, there was never a mention of Tupac's harassment. She only said that he was always nice to her, even the last time they met. While Park was alive, she never said anything bad about him. But after his death, she switched up her story and Tupac all of a sudden became the same filthy animal that supposedly assaulted Ayanna Jackson. But her story doesn't make any sense. Why would she go back to the same hotel room to meet the man who harassed and intimidated her? She was all alone. I mean, she was already crying and scared to death. Her staying for over an hour in his hotel room is also very suspicious. Also, why didn't she file a lawsuit for defamation and sexual harassment? Or call the cops? He would have been sent back to prison if she had won the case. But there were actual witnesses there who confirmed Park's side of the story. No one has ever stepped forward as a witness to support Faith's claims.
Situation with me and Tupac, there really never was a situation. I mean, we met, he was really nice. I mean...
It was strictly business, no pleasure.
It wasn't even business. It would have been business, but it never got that far.
It was you and somewhere else, and then it was moved on to his project, supposedly.
Pretty much.
In her book, she stated that she immediately flew back to New York and then got a call from Jennifer, who was working for Bad Boy. Yo, have you heard? Big is pissed off. Him and Puff are wilding out right now. The rumors of Faith and Park's affair had made their way to New York. Within hours, Biggie called Faith's hotel room. What the F is going on? He screamed. Listen, I don't know what you heard, but Big then interrupted her, yelling, You effing with Tupac? Hell no, she yelled. I told you I did a song with him. And then what happened? Big asked. Nothing, I swear to God, nothing. Faye, don't effing lie to me. Why are people saying this? I don't know. Big, but you know I would never... Big then hung up the phone.
Hey, people, you know, people be lying. They love to say swear to God. They don't give a damn. Like, you don't get... I swear to God. Yeah, you lying. You lying. You lying.
She lied to Big, saying that she would never cheat on him. But in her book, she confessed, I hadn't been completely innocent. While I was in Los Angeles, I had sex occasionally with Terry Dollars. And I'd even seen Roger, the NBA player, a few times when he was in town. So technically, I had cheated on Big, but not with Tupac. She even said occasionally, multiple times with multiple men. And this was just in LA. The whole time she was pretending to be the pure, innocent and loyal wife who gets wrongfully accused of cheating on her husband. But she did.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a 90s, I'm a 90s baby, I'm a 91 baby. When I was growing up, the first time I heard Faye was on the radio and shit, I thought she was a little church girl. I ain't know nothing. I ain't know she was like this twin. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was a church girl, one of them church singles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Good word, you know what I'm saying?
Cheat on him according to herself. And she never told Biggie about it until the day he died. And they even had a kid together after the whole cheating.
I'm pregnant by Big because that was my husband and that was the only person that I was laying with. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Even if I was involved with somebody, I wouldn't be out doing it like that, you know, especially not when I'm carrying this man's baby.
After that phone conversation, Faith took a shower to clear her head. She then wrapped herself in a towel and then heard a loud banging at her front door. Big was yelling and aggressively trying to break into her hotel room. As soon as Faith opened the door, Big rushed inside and grabbed her by her shoulder, yelling, "What the F is wrong with you?"
Hold on, I got one question. Who the fuck told that dude? I mean, he did a good job in that Biggie movie, but he do not look like Biggie. You know what I'm saying? He don't look nothing like Biggie, but see, he did a good job in the Biggie movie. But what the fuck? He don't look like Biggie.
You F Tupac? Faith tried to break free and started crying. Hell no, she said.
Yeah, right.
You have to believe me. Big's friend Damien had come with him and was standing in the corner of the room. Damien, please tell me what's going on, Faith said. Damien stayed silent the whole time. Why is this guy saying this ish? Huh? Faye? Why? Big pushed her to the floor and she covered her head with her arms, while he continued to scream and curse at her. After about 10 minutes, it was over. He stormed out, leaving her on the ground, sobbing and hysterical. Faith realized that she walked into Tupac's trap and that he used her to hurt Biggie. And Big was done with her. Got even closer with Charlie Baltimore after that. And there were rumors that she was going to be her replacement. Then he saw the pictures of Pac and Faith together, saw that she wasn't wearing her wedding ring, and showing off her ringless hand to the camera. Pac's facial expression was also very provocative, and they were all hugged up like a...
You wanna know what they call you, bitch? That's Tupac do it right there. You wanna know why they call you, bitch?
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Gotcha, bitch!
Couple. Big would always insult her in front of others, and would approach her multiple times out of anger to get some answers. According to Puffy's bodyguard Gene Deal, he choked her and yelled at her when she was supposed to perform during one of her shows. There were other incidences where he would try to talk to her, but she would lock him out of the door in order to make sure that she doesn't get hurt, while Big was in a state of rage and anger. She was denying the allegations and trickle-truthing Big. Every time he caught her in a lie, he would get mad again. Faith went on the radio to say that she's not seeing Tupac. But every other week, Pac would make a cheeky comment in the media calling her his girl or implying that they slept together. And this would obviously frustrate, sadden and infuriate Biggie. It was an emotional roller coaster for him. Pac wanted to ruin his marriage after seeing the October '95 issue of the Vibe magazine, with Biggie and Faith on the cover. On those pictures, they seemed like the perfect dream couple. All eyes were on them.
Y'all thought they were a dream couple? I don't know about this shit, twin. I ain't gonna even hold you. Now I don't know hate shit, but like, okay.
Everybody read about their love story. how they got married 8 days after meeting each other. They called it love at first sight, and Pac wanted to destroy them, embarrass them in front of the whole world. Just like how Big and everyone at the Quad Studios tried to embarrass him with their comments in the vibe. He wanted to turn their love story into a joke, especially after hearing about Stretch trying to sleep with Pac's ex-girlfriend Desiree Smith while he was hanging out with Biggie's homies. He wanted to get back at both of them. But they supposedly only slept together on October 19th, and Suge Knight was sleeping with Puffy's baby mama Misa Hilton the whole time. Pac told him to take pictures of them together, so that they can shock Puffy the same way they wanted to shock Biggie. They wanted them to get ridiculed by the media and hit them where it hurts the most. Here is a picture with Suge and Puffy's son Justin. You can also see Misa Hilton.
He playing five with your son. Oh my god. If I ever come a rapper, I ain't had no kid. Well, I don't got no kid now, but don't have no damn kid. Ooh, Lord. Jesus. I been on kill her ass right there and there. Yeah, I also come lock me up. Come lock me up. Yo. You know what I'm saying?
His legs on the left. Suge and Misa hooked up numerous times ever since the 95 Source Awards, and he would always fly her out to LA, together with her son, just to humiliate Puffy. Pac also did the same thing with Mary J. Blige, who Puffy was working with at the time. While Pac slept with her in one room, Suge slept with Misa Hilton in the other, boasting about how they can sleep with every woman in Puffy and Biggie's life, and then send them back to the East Coast. Mary J. Blige was supposedly passed around by multiple people on death row, like for example Danny Boy and Suge himself. Pac later complained and joked about Mary's bad smell in the intimate area. Pac and Suge were doing everything they could to belittle and emasculate Puffy and Biggie, rubbing it into their faces and showing them that they can get away with everything. A lot of the shady...
Mary J. I can't even look at you saying, but Mary J was out there, wasn't she? No wonder she be, you know what I'm saying, dancing in the air, goddamn video and shit. That motherfucker was out there, twin. He throwing it, just out there getting it out, huh?
Things they did behind the scenes was hidden from the public.
Ooh,
they were trying to drive them crazy and provoke a response, which they ended up getting months later. Pac and Suge shared a common interest. They both wanted to find out more about Puffy, cause Suge and other Ma Piru members indirectly held Puffy responsible for Jake's murder.
I know, right?
Tupac, on the other hand, blamed Puffy for withholding information about the shooters and the mastermind behind the Quad Studio shooting, thinking he would have told him if he wasn't cool with those people or part of the whole setup. By the end of October, Pac had decided to go on the offensive against Biggie, Puffy and Bad Boy by writing more battle rap themed tracks or songs where he's taking subliminal shots at his enemies. Like on Only God Can Judge Me, for example, which was recorded on October 26th. He started off by saying that he got stabbed in the back by his own homies during and after the Quad Studio shooting. He's obviously talking about Stretch, Biggie and Puffy. The next...
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah!
Damn. Ooh. We need a Tupac album 2020 seat. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. It's the same song. I go buy that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. They go ahead and get all eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do remaster on it and re-release it. I get that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Damn. That boy don't miss.
Next couple of jabs are on the Posse track When We Ride, featuring the Outlaws and ex-members of the group Thug Life. It was recorded a day later on October 27th. In the song When We Ride, Pac is talking about a certain person who shouldn't have quote-unquote effed around with a sick-ass guy like him. He's talking about one person here, saying that his adversaries will crumble and that he's out for revenge for the people that shot him.
Who shot y'all? The weak from the opposite, leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. You wonder who shot me is a clue, stay alert, cause we coming for you.
On October 30th, Pac recorded the title track of his album All Eyes on Me, which also contains subliminal shots at Biggie.
Trying to sound like us.
With all the different recounts in the Vibe magazine about the Quad Studio shooting, fans and readers were confused on who to trust. Pac or Biggie and everyone else who was there at the Quad Studios. Their versions of the story conflicted. Pac's detailed
His estate own that shit. They ain't no disrespect to all my white people. You know I love y'all too, but they white though. They own all his music. Them niggas, whoever in their family, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be eating for years, bro. Well, they been eating for years now, but they gonna eat for years, bro. They don't gotta make no song. Nothing. All they gotta do is keep eating off, because everybody gonna still play Tupac music to this day. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy. Even the family don't even got control of his music. That shit crazy, bro.
Description of the things that transpired during the shooting. Both sides called each other out for lying.
Fact check. We're gonna do a fact check. I think I pulled him up one time. It's a white dude too. Old white dude. I forgot my keyboard broke. Fuck. Never mind. I'll do it next stream. I broke my keyboard tonight. Well, I ain't break. I gotta restart my stream to make my keyboard work.
Tried to make themselves look better. Pac also accused Biggie of trying to copy his sound and style, especially the player image, him making records for the ladies and club bangers for his album. Pac was the one who told him to change his style a bit and to make more radio-friendly records. That's how Biggie became successful, at least according to Pac. But now those same people who supposedly copied him are now player hating and talking bad about him in the media.
Say they ready for the funk, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the
hell where them cows going.
Ready for the Funk is not only referencing Biggie's album Ready to Die, but also the song Machine Gun Funk on the same album.
I ain't never heard that album though. I ain't gonna lie.
Pac is basically saying that they're all liars and cowards who would run at first sign of funk, saying that they're not ready for it. Which is actually what happened a couple months later after the Soul Train Awards in '96. More on that later. Pac is ready to send those people to hell for supposedly backstabbing him. Holla When You See Me is directed at both Biggie and Stretch. He actually made a song called Holla at Me about a month later, in which he dedicated a couple verses to both of them. He believed that Biggie and Puffy had previous knowledge of or inside intel of those involved in the Quad Studio shooting. So Pac is asking them, are you still down? Telling them to holla at him. He's been waiting all this time for them to come pay him a visit and talk it out with him. Expected them to come see him in prison and to show love and
I'm see, can I get to it? Oh, we're supposed to be back on Faith. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out Hip Hop though. That's what I'm talking about right here. Hip Hop Universe. For all the beasts. All the legendary beasts. All the 90 beasts. You got T.I. now? I need to do T.I. little Gucci Man and Shout It Low. That's what I need to do. Oh, which one? Oh, here you go. You gotta go back to Hit 'Em Up.
The beat of Hit 'Em Up. Pac is telling her to not mess with real G's like him, or to be even more disrespectful than before.
All I do is get the imposters out. I remember Biggie sleeping on my couch. I remember begging. You feel me? Yeah. So Big Papa don't mean nothing to me. He know it. He know it. That's why he can't fight me. That's why he can't battle me. Yeah.
That same day, after doing the interview with Sway, he drove directly to the studio to re-record the Bad Boy diss record Hit 'Em Up, with entirely new verses from him and the Outlaws, but this time they tried to be even more disrespectful than before. And he didn't just go at Biggie. He also went against Diddy, Lil Kim, Lil C's, Junior Mafia, the whole Bad Boy label, Mobb Deep, Gino XL, Jay-Z, and everyone else who had a problem with him. The producer Johnny J made the same beat from scratch, but this time it sounded more polished. They also took inspiration from the Get Money remix, where the background singer repeatedly said, "Get money." And on Hit 'Em Up, they turned it into, "Take money." basically saying that Biggie might be getting money, but Pac is taking it away from him.
Every time
the song starts off.
For years, I thought he was talking about take money. Every time I thought they would say take money. I was saying the same shit. I didn't know they would say. He was saying, I'm not take money, but get money. I've been saying get money for a long time. Then I didn't realize he said it was saying take money.
In the most disrespectful way possible. Probably the most iconic opening line in history.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
I get a little hype with that song. Come on.
Give me a hell yeah.
Got a little hat now.
Pac destroyed whatever was left of Biggie's marriage with this song alone. By this point, everyone had seen the pictures of Pac and Faith together. Now this song would play at every club, at every event, in every hood, and every day on the radio. Starting off with the most disrespectful opening lines in hip-hop history, on one of the hardest tracks of '96. A timeless classic with infinite replay value.
First off your itch in the click you claim. West side when we rock, come be quick with game.
Starting off his first verse with a huge FU to Biggie's wife and Junior Mafia. On the first version of Hit 'Em Up, Pac didn't really insult Biggie's wife, only said that he slept with her. But now that Faith told Big about the sample they used for Hit 'Em Up, and them using it for the Get Money remix in the attempt to sabotage Pac, he had no reason to spare Faith during his lyrical onslaught, saying that he not only effed her, but he's also saying F her, used her and threw her away. The disrespect. He's also saying that as a representative of the West, people can be sure that he will pull up strapped and with game, meaning intensity, every time he goes for a ride to hunt his enemies.
You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We put some bad boys fuck for life.
How can you claim to be a player, make the song Player's Anthem, but then wife up a promiscuous woman, who according to her own confessions in her book, had numerous affairs behind Biggie's back, opening her legs for random men, possibly even for Biggie's enemy Tupac? How can you call yourself a player after that? Players usually don't even have a wife. They never commit and change partners like their underwear. So Pac was pointing out that contradiction. He's also threatening to shoot and kill the people from Bad Boy.
Plus, Puffy trying to see me weak, hearts are rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some more gas.
After reading Pac's comments in the Vibe magazine and hearing his constant jabs at him and his label,
Fuck you think this meat meal? Shit, no one meat meal told your ass up. Meat meal. You got questions? Who this? This your daddy? We got questions?
Puffy told Pac to come see him if he's as tough as he claims, so that they can talk it out face to face. He was calling him a fake thug and actor. But then, when they actually met at the '96 Soul Train Awards, Puff ran for his life and hid under a car. And everyone was laughing at him. So Pac is saying that he'd rip his weak heart out. He doesn't associate with weak-hearted people. But this is also a double entendre, with Pac saying that Puffy wants to see him weak, like when he went to prison with the whole media destroying his image and reputation, and then putting out Who Shot Ya to kick Pac while he was already...
Alright, chat, we're gonna start right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Unfortunately, my keyboard died. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get the Faith interview. But I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do a part 2 tomorrow, 11 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all come Eastern. I'm gonna do the part 2. We're gonna start off with Faith interview. And I hope y'all see. If you new to the channel, please like, subscribe to the channel, please like the video. Appreciate everybody. I'll see y'all in the next stream, 11 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna do part 2. We're gonna start off with Faith. Then we're gonna start off go back to